Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So I have already completed explored the ordeal, and this time around there were actually absolutely no surprises, no new nodes. It's just the champions that were scaled up in their health pools and their attack values. So you can see this Korg, for instance, has can't see exactly the amount of health here, but yeah, well, they are chunkier significantly. They're about 1.5 to 2 million health. And it kind of felt like it was a bit longer, but because this is quite old content, we kind of were used to, especially if we did it before, it wasn't too bad, to be honest. In my own run, I ended up using 3 revives, all of whom were kind of like either silly mistakes or game issues or AI. Well, it was one of each. Number one, I started lagging very badly with Sterex. I could have restarted the fight, but he was like more than halfway down, so I just revived there because, I could have just done Doom again, but didn't feel like it was needed. And then I had the absolute worst AI against Spider-Ham, where he just completely refused to throw a special attack forever, or all my ramp up fell off, and then eventually I got cornered with him still not throwing a special attack, and that was all she wrote, where there was just some AI all or nothing node. And then I made one silly mistake against Immortal Abomination, where I pushed him to level 2, and the block damage killed me because he had a ton of debuffs on because I used Deathless She-Hulk. So those were all the revives they ended up using. Definitely could redo the run itemless. Well, maybe not itemless, but definitely without revives either. But it was a fairly solid run. And because there were no extra nodes, nothing happening. Solo the final boss too, by the way, with Serpent. But because there were no extra nodes, nothing else, effectively my planned team worked perfectly for it. So overall, as a piece of content, as the rewards, I liked it a lot. I kind of thought it would be like a bit of a more fuss about it. I thought Kabam would change a bit, some of the nodes, or there would be some challenges associated with it, or something of the sort. But ultimately, for a quest that amounted to a very few revives, the rewards I think are awesome. I know some people thought the rewards are fairly mediocre, but considering that this hour-and-a-half long quest gives you the same amount of tier 7 basic that the entire Epoch of Pain does, or all of the Korean challenges, I think the rewards are actually insane. It's like going hour-and-a-half, and you get a couple of 7-star Nexuses, Titan and basic one, half a 7-star Awakening Gem. In my case, I actually ended up opening a 7-star Awakening Gem crystal because of it, because I had some shards previously. And yeah, it was fairly straightforward and easy. Maybe because we knew the content well enough, or maybe because there were no new nodes added. So overall, I think as far as going to go, the end game contents go, this is kind of on the smaller, maybe a bit underwhelming side in the scale of it. But as far as value for effort, this is A+. This is like S tier. This is like the best rewards we have had in the game for the least amount of time and revives and stuff like that. So I'm very happy with the haul. I'm very happy with the fact that I am about to take my second champion to rank 4 as 7-star. My pulls, well, you can see them. And yeah, it's quite nice. So I will also use this video to kind of break down my run here, but if you watch my previous video, it's effectively everything that I said I would do. Now, keep in mind that this is not only champions that could be used for these fights. For instance, Terex can also kind of be done with, in this spreadsheet that I will let you guys have at it, I have listed the fights and, the potential good options. There are more. I couldn't possibly ever list all of the options. I have some champions that you might want to look into that are, quite good for this. But again, there will be other champions that do amazing work that I have not listed here. This was my plan before the release. Again, I will post a link to the spreadsheet. And here's my actual run breakdown, how it went live. You can catch it on the live stream, repeat as well. But effectively, Dr. Doom with Onslaught, it was fairly straightforward. Solo, push Dr. Doom to level 2 ideally. so you do not have to deal with the aura. You effectively want to ramp up, get 20 degens on, and then, you know, just go for your level 3s, refresh your neuroshocks and stuff like that. Terrax with Shatter should have and could have been a solo. Cool thing about Shatter is that once per fight you can get massive regen for all the energy damage that you have taken in the fight. So when your health kind of drops low, you can drop a level 3 and completely regen back full. And I end up using 1 revive just because I threw a special attack when he had lost his aura, so he ended up level 3ing me. So that was, you know, largely due to a lag, by the way, because like last 10-15 seconds in this fight, you know, my screen just started lagging badly, but it's fine. 1 revive, again, could have restarted, but whatever. Vision, very easy solo with Deathless She-Hulk, nothing to it. You know, each trauma makes him more likely to throw specials. He did so, and then it's a basic vision fight. MODOK was with Serpent. Now, Serpent does not counter auto block, but, you know, he does have his unblockable specials if you throw them in the block, which is super easy, and you do not need to gain all your power from hitting the MODOK. So, you know, often I just end up bashing MODOK's block thanks to Pierce and all the Furies and everything else. You know, that did decent damage, and then I was throwing my level 1s in the block. Spider-Ham, you can use Serpent or Onslaught. I kind of like Onslaught a bit better for this fight. But yeah, just, you know, ramp up, throw your level 2, and then go to level 3s. It was just a nightmare AI, really. I had done this fight a couple times in the last previous days in the Grandmaster Gauntlet. I know it's like easier, but this was by far the worst AI that I had there. Part 2, Weapon X Shuri, easy solo, no real notes. Just, you know, spam your level 1s, and, you know, he doesn't regenerate back the dot damage. So there you go. Thing, I end up going Serpent. It's a long fight with Serpent, there's no denying it. But only thing that you need to know is that level 1 on Serpent has 7 hits. So you want to get him to 8 rock stacks and then use your level 1. And as long as you know that, super easy fight. Then we have Korg with Onslaught, you know, parry heavy, you can always rely on that. Onslaught's like perfect for Korg. Was absolutely zero issues, and this fight was quite quick too. Dragon Man was Deathless She-Hulk. Just use level 2 to have those withers on the Dragon Man for the time that he has his power gain buff active. Just helps you control the fight a bit better. And he's very, you know, likely to throw his special attack, so that's fine. Black Panther Civil War. I used the Shatter initially, and I messed up somewhere midway through the fight. And I got clapped in the face, but then I just finished with Serpent. So I didn't solo it, but I didn't use any revives because I didn't need Shatter for any other fights. Really, Shatter on the team is primarily for Terrax, but you can replace that with a half a dozen other champions for sure, if not for, like Count Nefaria, like Titania, like Rintra, like Wiccan. You know, all of them are fantastic options. And yeah, this fight can easily be done with Serpent. Part 4, APOC, Shuri, fairly easy solo. Just, you know, remember that only block his first medium. If he goes for a light afterwards, then he's gonna stun you, so you do want to avoid that. And Shuri, again, just wonderful. Sasquatch, oh wait, I didn't do part 3. So here, Nightcrawler, Serpent solo. Nightcrawler just completely shuts down their weight. Sorry, Serpent completely shuts down their weight. Very, very easy. Spider Gwen, again with Serpent, a weight shut down, no issue at all whatsoever. Domino with Shuri. And no major problems there either. Now, obviously, Shuri is not the best champion for the power shield, but all the dot just keeps working, and Shuri did just fine. So, Mojo with Deathless She-Hulk. Side note, I was using rank 2 Deathless She-Hulk with some boosts, so rank 2 did, you know, manage to solo as well. It wasn't too bad. Immortal Abomination, again, just anybody poison immune can kind of do that fight. It was, you know, my own fault that I died there because I had like a bajillion debuffs on Immortal Abomination, and then I pushed him to level 2 because I don't know why I thought that would be a good idea, and I took it in a block and just died immediately. So yeah, that was silly. Just bait out level 1s and it'll be fine. And here we have APOC, Shuri, I already said, Sasquatch with Deathless She-Hulk. I have soloed this fight with Onslaught in past as well, but Deathless She-Hulk is just kind of easier. Killmonger with Shuri. Basically, initially, he's going to be gaining a lot of power because you're going to be inflicting debuffs, but then you just start spamming your level 1, and all your shocks that you will be inflicting are going to be passive, so he doesn't gain a ton of power. The Polka Dot power works in your favor, and you just spam level 1s in this entire fight. Not too bad. Void was done with Onslaught, level 1, level 2, and then I think I needed another level 1 to finish out the fight, because of the power shield, you know, great stuff here. And Onslaught, pushes the opponent away with his special attacks quite quickly, and the special attacks last a while and have multiple hits, so it's easy to manage Void's debuffs and not to get too bothered about long distance relationship, so it wasn't too bad. And again, solo Nick Fury with Serpent, and then I also soloed Thanos with Serpent, and it wasn't too bad. So, effectively that was my run. Again, in this spreadsheet, in tab number 1, you'll find some of the better options listed. They're not all. There will be more champions that can do these fights. A lot of people ask, can you replace Onslaught for this or that champion? That's not how you should be thinking of it. There is an empty sheet here that you can fill. Again, that's going to be one of the tabs. And what you should do is just list your team and plan out that each fight has counters. That's basically what you should do. Red are the ones that could completely stop you. The orange ones are the ones that you definitely want a very, very good counter one. Green ones are the ones that can kind of just about be done with most champions very cheaply, even if you do not have counter for it. Now, with Vision, with Massive Helpful, might be a bit harder, so I'm going to change that to orange, I guess. But the point is that the orange ones generally... Whoops, wrong color. Wrong shade of orange. This orange, there you go. The orange ones are the ones that could cost you a lot without a counter, but can be done without like a very specific counter. Green ones are kind of basic ones that you can use, get done with just about anyone. And yellow ones, ideally you do want counter, but there's quite a few of them. So anyways, there are some MVPs again listed at the bottom. This is my plan before the release. I followed it exactly like that. And maybe, I'm not promising, I could do another stream listing additional counters and helping people figure out the teams. If you guys are interested in that, do let me know. But yeah, so this is going to be the tab that you're going to start with, the Ordeal. 1 second, copy link. Whoops, probably shouldn't have, well, it's fine. It's just my email address. There you go. I will leave a link to this in the video description. Again, overall, a nice little piece of nostalgia, you could even call it, because upon initial release, I absolutely loved Grandmaster's Gauntlet, and I still do love the Ordeal. It did feel a bit of anticlimactic, but the rewards are amazing and absolutely worth it. So, let me know what you think, and I'll catch you guys soon. Bye-bye. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So, we have all the information about